kill for on Hero with AUI 2000 coming in. Beautifully done.
Mark of a good 9-star team. Played that a couple times. Have that right as well.
Yeah, so somebody just bought a Veil. I think it was the it was Moo. Yeah, so Moo will pick up the Veil, so they might go double Veil here if the clock continues to pick. Coming in though from Spear Breaker.
I think the right decision is what Moo's doing and what Kyle's doing is you just pressure the side lane. You're probably going to end up. Oh, they're going to back off the mid though.
Warrior Swindle's going to run. So he has max level liquid fire. They got the tier 1 tower. At what point do you start grouping together and trying to push down towers as a team?
Probably 16 minutes. They're going to back off second. I actually.
Swindle's going to run. So he has max level liquid fire. They got the tier 1 tower. At what point do you start grouping together and trying to push down towers?
I actually. Like if you're gonna have Night Stalker just kind of hanging around mid waiting for a fight.
This is what he's doing now.
Gotta smoke.
He's got the iron now too, which is huge. He's got some charge.
What does MSS have?
Does he have blink yet?
He does.
His something is flying out, right? It's gotta be blink, right? It is. Alright, this is the timing window then. It's night time, you have blink dagger on your Legion Commander. Does Fat have his Yules yet? Not quite. He's very close.
I think his call, you kind of let this mid tower go. You're getting pressure on the side lanes here. Well, okay, you're back, so this gets awkward.
I think, who are they going to go? Are they going to go top or mid? Are they going to wrap around? I don't think they're going to go to Stevie, whatever they do. Oh, he just blanked, yeah. Oh, but he couldn't quite get there. AUI is looking for a void. Now the Laguna comes out, swindles one more RS action step. He gets the duel of time. MSS perfectly done. However, they did steal Laguna Blade for Demon, which is something. But a dual victory is still a dual victory for MSS at the end of the day. And they also get a DD as well. Bobble up for Fotsic. Will pop it immediately. The dual set is ready.
Do they have Glyph on
They got the wave, so it's going to be a few seconds yet.
He's going to go Midas.
Can you afford a Midas with a Cordic Hero? No, I'm concerned a little bit for...
What?
No,
as long as he's got lower, Core Venom with Veil is really good. Like, he doesn't get a huge power bump from that many second item.
Right.
Like, what's the opportunity possible? As long as he's got lower, Core Venom, and I think that the way they're going to be, he doesn't get a huge. The second item minus is pretty legit.
They smoked on top of a ward, by the way. It was over in that camp. We've seen it so often, too. They're going to find somebody anyways, though. There's telekinesis to cut through the Sonic Wave. You also have to fly out. They had Shadow Wave heal back up as well. Now let's say on to 2. Metastroid coming in. Here comes the Stone Gaze. A double kill for Fanta and the duel. They're going to find a triple for that Lena. 3 dead. They saw it coming all the way through.
Without Laguna. Like, she was short on mana. She got initiated on down to 40% HP. Short of mana for the ulti and still gets the triple kill there at the tail end of the second night time. That was just maybe jumping the gun by Cole a little bit. It's kind of a good play in some situations to smoke into the Night Stalker team just at the tail end of that second night time because they're not going to expect it, but it's huge risk reward. If they spot that rotation while it's still nighttime, you're screwed.
And they initiated Veil with the Rubik, and Ali still quickly cleared him even after telekinesis because he had Laguna Blade queued up, and he didn't end up getting it off. So
that's a good point.
Usually you might see him go with triple because he's already used telekinesis. But
Alright, so we've turned this into a 4,000 rather, and PF turned this into a 4,000 advantage.
That really, without that exchange, you put your hand over that for the power. A little bit of action top lane, maybe?
Cardi, MVP.
Dude.
Looked like they might be setting up.
So now they have the Yules on Sata, they have the Void, so they have a couple different reliables.
Here they go, they're going in envy. He might go down here. He's going to go through spell steal. He will grab it, so they actually have Stone Gates of their own for DB now. Graves going to come out. He might be able to make it away. Dual Breath and the Ice Path will be taken down. I don't think so. Bot gets killed meantime. The duel will come out. They should pick this up. Jakira will fall on the back lines. They have to TP away.
And he survives!
He had 15 HP. Oh my god. Pretty unbelievable.
I knew he was going to get him for sure.
MSS, I was worried in that fight because MSS was not going to turn around and press
the attack on Envy.
I was worried Jackie was going to get pissed off there. It turns out the gamble pays off.
There's no way he's not screwing. Press the attack. Press the attack. Somewhat significant for NT, but there's still
it goes back. That was kind of the first opening for Aoi, and then the next couple of engagements was powerful.
So where do we go from here? Again, it's still daytime, so there's some time. There is no darkness for 58 seconds. What is Spiro grabbing next? It looks like it is moving on. Spiro hasn't anticipated. But where do you go from here? Charges or something like that, but I feel like Z-Freak has not had the impact he's wanted so far on the Spirit Breaker. Not necessarily his fault, it's just a weird game for it. So we'll see if they can't find any charges or something.
Yeah, it's hard to think of a path. I mean, it feels like their cop needs one more item.
We basically said that during the draft that if FT plays this season for the first 25 minutes they win. Here we are, 6-game lead.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the situation we want to be in the draft this lineup by call.
All right, here it is. It is nighttime now. We have more duels available. Yeah. We have a Hood of Defiance up for AUI 2000 because why not have some extra magic resistance?
You know, this is just another reason why I like the Night Stalker right now is that in addition to making the enemy team feel so much pressure, he's a hero that punishes mistakes so hard.
Now the Midas is done for Envy. He has a Blade Mail, so there's also another Midas out, I believe, which was for Moo.
And this is where like you have to almost think about Medusa as a different hero when you got this Blade Mail into mid-tier second item build-up. You know, even the Midases, you get a the classic like Manta Lincoln Medusa just rolled over against this kind of a lineup like Cole. But all of a sudden, you know, Vena, Quap and Jakiro ulti, and Medusa pops Blade Mail with Monish with max level shielded, like they're dying.
Oh, look at this save. That's insane.
And the Mystic
save
even.
Yeah.
Oh.
MSS is just, it doesn't look like much, but I feel like he's playing very well today.
You know what we haven't seen yet with Medusa in Pro? I haven't seen a game yet where actually possibly sucking generals, but here we go. They're gonna back off.
That's strength gain, man.
Yeah.
He's got a
very tanky.
What does he have on?
Yeah, it's the hood.
The hood. I thought so. He popped the barrier there. So.
I was gonna say, yeah, he felt very tanky.
Yeah, I mean, 1400 base HP. with that hood.
All right, well, they do survive. Laguna Blade is used.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big cooldown, but...
Smart play for MP to back off, not going too far. Trying to get on the kill.
I think that's totally on point.
They're slowing down at this point. Roche hasn't been taken. It's not even been a thought for either of these teams yet. At some point, I imagine we'll see it happen. But other items coming out: Hurricane Pike for Venomancer. We have Mjolnir Lincoln Spear for Medusa, which he's gotten her quick buy.
Like, neither of these lineups are really the Roche lineup at this phase of the game. Like, Complexities is the lineup that they're going to get Roche, but they're going to get Roche because they have a huge tower lead. MP's the lineup that they're going to get Roche, but they're going to get Roche once Medusa
How do they have vision of him?
I have no idea. They're barely, like, this creep barely spotted Demon. And he is lucky that AUI was not there in time, because he would have been dead if Void was Fata, Laguna Blade, Z-Freak in trouble. He's got charge. That was a sick juke and a nice charge away as well. Laguna Blade still not doing too much. In fact, he just gets killed afterwards. Crispy attacks come out, then the TP home from Fata. It's just, I mean, yeah, they didn't lose Z-Freak there, but...
And again, right, like just like we were saying a moment ago, Mark, patience from MP, because we know we don't have to take extremely decided engagements. We just need to slow this down. We can't give them a window back into the game.
Right. And that, I mean, their window, under any circumstances, to get back into the game is so tight that as long as we, you know, NP is saying to themselves, as long as we play tight for the next 6-7 minutes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bloodstone out, Blink Dagger. Only one extra Bloodstone charge for Fata. He's currently getting charged. God damn, the damage. Freaking Lena. He went for the 50 damage, obviously, against that. Probably a good choice.
Well, he's got the Yules.
Yeah, he's already very quick and speedy. Plus the Blink Dagger for extra mobility. I mean, Fata is in right now. Top of the net worth, probably top CF as well.
And with this is the thing, with Medusa going for this Blade Mail Midas build, and even most of the other Medusa builds, Lena is going to have to carry the damage load at this point in the game. Now, Legion's doing well and won a couple tools, so she's going to become a factor quicker than she otherwise would.
We're going Ag, man. What a world we live in. MSS is building Ag.
Why not?
Commander.
Oh, I mean, look at it, right? With the new change, right? She's spell immune during duel now, and that negates basically all of what Cole can do.
All the damage. They have very little auto attack damage.
We got another strike, boys.
It'll do enough. Guys, my Veno's going to hit really hard. Alright, we have both teams smoking at the same time. It looks like they might actually find enemy down bottom. However, there is a team coming in. Trying to find Swiss Mount. Fata is nearby. He's about to use, just kidding, LSA, including the Laguna auto attacks, and his hood does not save him this time. As Fata Fata's auto attacks do some serious work.
Learn from that, friends. In the pub, use your Laguna Blade early, so you get max damage out of it, and you get a fiery soul back.
Yes. Don't use the unit to KS.
Good point.
It's horrible.
Oh, he got owned. The Sonic Wave comes out. Complexity, beautifully done. They're going to TP home now as well. If they can get out scot-free, it would be huge. Z-Freak, I don't believe has been spotted yet. He does have a TP scroll, and he's going to use it momentarily. So, nicely done from Complexity, finally getting back on the board.
No, they're not going to. They're not going to send the
Are they going to find AUI? Or excuse me, Zero? They sure are. But he is going to blink away. They couldn't get the crippling Fear off in time. Okay, so a nice little kill. It gets his Bloodstone charges back down to 9, which is good. Good stuff for Complexity, and they need a lot more of that, though. Like a lot more.
Blink Dagger on Fata.
Yep.
There, okay. Now we're back to the traditional build, and that's going for call it stuff.
And Mjolnir will be coming up for MVS, his next item, or at least that's what he has in a quick buy. Pipe is done for AUI, of course, it's good. He's got to be a bit before Amazon has it. Aegis is picked up by Fata.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun Night Stalker. You're 1K behind the enemy on
I wonder if he gets Ags next. Probably.
NS? Yeah, I don't know.
And then, of course, Spear's also going for Lincoln Spear, but he has had...
If you're going Ags on
much damage does he have already? 70? Pretty good. That's pretty good for MSS. They're probably going to find more.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, they are pushing into this tier tower. Yeah, we'll miss. Bale comes out. They're going to be home. They're trying to fight another duel. Jakiro is going to get caught and killed.
That's right.
So the split pushing bottom lane as Jakiro was like a wonderful idea at 6 days ago. But just can't do it.
Turn this around fast enough. The dark. He's so tanky. They have the Grave as well. My God, can he actually live through this? I think he'll fall, but can they turn it around is the question. Laguna Blade blows away Pyro. They've got the Yule Scepter up now as well. Z-Freak, he can charge away if need be. LSA just narrowly misses, and Z-Freak is able to get out. Can they chase Demon down? They decide against it. So it was a 1-for-1. I think
no urgency to chase him down. Absolutely worth. And you asked the question, they gave you the answer, buddy.
Well, there it is.
Midas on Spirit Breaker.
Radiant's
I guess you have to.
I feel like you have to. At this point, it's getting to that area. All right. What is it now? 11K? Not good.
It's just not where you want to be, man. 11K feels like 20. Because the lineup
the nature of your lineup.
I mean, this is before MP really has any semblance of damage, right?
He has a Maelstrom in one camp.
Yeah.
He's got enough. Like
Invisibility.
This team does all the damage for him anyway. MSS as well as Bufata, Lena.
Actually, look at that Aegis icon.
Oh yeah, that's great. Apparently, I didn't know this, but if they have enough charges on
casting this morning without that was just horrible.
Well, there are just so many little features that like once you
I can't keep track of half of them. I just learned today. Slacks was telling me if the Bloodstone charge or if the Bloodstone respawn is instant, this whole turn.
Yes.
I was like, that's crazy. They've got everything you need.
I got accused of fanboying by Annie last night, but there's so many features and stuff that they're really cool and they're not at all intrusive.
I mean, how can you not?
If you don't really care, if you're watching casually, it doesn't bother you. It's like watching the same game, but if you care about that information, it's there.
It's crazy that all that stuff comes up from one angry Jeremy. There we go.
Very angry.
Sonic Wave coming out, Laguna Blade, Demon, they actually are pretty healthy considering they're fighting around the shrine. Duel will come through though, the Ice Path to fall off as well. They really want move. They won't find the duel victory, but they will get the kill at the end. Macropire, everybody somehow is still pretty healthy, all things considered. AUI Stuff's getting back to charge through from Z-Freak, now trying to find a Bufata. Macropire's there, Ice Path onto 2. Is it going to be enough? Zero coming in, Strip of Pain. That's just the Aegis. That's all that it is. 2 are dead now. The Aegis is coming up. Swindles is getting chased down. Void is ready in 1. Ice Path is there. Is it going to be enough? FaZe is back up and ready for AUI. Can he get there in time? He is going to fly. The Void is there. He doesn't have duel, but the Yule Scepter will come out. Just use the LSA. It's going to be there in time. The auto attacks as well. 3 dead. Nobody dead for NP. They've only lost the Aegis, and now look at the creep wave. It's right at the tier 3 tower.
Dyer's middle tower is under
And
attack.
which team was the Death Ball team in this round? I mean, you just like let's be clear. NP just don't call off their own track.
That was nuts. Woo. All right, tier 3's done, so they're going to move right onto the rack. They have no move for 13. Duel again from MSS. Shrine's not there. They grab the kill. That's on Furo. He's going to have to buy back, unless they just want to give this rack up and perhaps more as well.
Tier 2 in this top lane.
Yeah. Indeed exposed. It was 30 minutes. So we were just off by 50 seconds. Wait, I thought I put 30 to 40. No? Okay, maybe. Oh. And I'm. Anyway, not important.
Legion Egg's going to be completed shortly. He actually opted to go back to the Shadow, but that's allowed him to get the Legion Egg on the team.
Elfin is done. They've got pretty much everything they need. They even pick up a gem for Rally Die.
So brutally against you. I don't know if NP did anything particularly amazing to change the game.
But it was just.
I think they just took advantage.
Small decision making errors. Like, oh, I actually feel like both played most of the fight pretty well, but just little. And this is again a I promised last time I mentioned the value of the Night Stalker is if you don't have the right strategic understanding playing against him, especially in that culture.
Dual victory with Ags, the first one of the game for MSS, and he gets it in like 3 hits against him, and now has 140 dual damage. And they're going to try to finish off this game by taking out the tier 2 tower. They can even wait for the next Rodon, which is going to be in at least 2 minutes. We'll see if that's going to be the case. But for now, it doesn't feel like there's much complexity he could do. Firo has not had the best game in terms of his item progression. He is still not got his Lincoln Sphere, which is one of the most... That's actually crazy to think about. He got this Veiled Maker early, and then he's been working on this Lincoln since then for the entire game.
No, I mean, he had a good laning phase. They played really well against the Night Stalker early. Yeah, he was off to... I cost you your predictions. He's off to a great start against the Lincoln, but it's just totally plateaued because his team hasn't been able to take the fights.
Yeah.
And this is not a game, because of the presence of the Night Stalker and the Dazzle, this isn't a game where Plop can really jump in on anybody and get a quick kill.
Felt like it could have gone. I don't know.
That's the other thing. We haven't talked about Pile Down on the Dazzle. And that really has been enabling a lot of these jump-in duels. Yeah. It's been enabling AUI to go into to run into the fights super aggressively. They know that Grave is there.
Even where they just caught Aoi out completely out of position mid lane, the Grave gave him enough time to turn around, silence up Firo, and then they end up killing Firo at 1-for-1 Night Stalker for your ultra farm Queen of Pain. So it's a good drafting.
It's pretty much all came together for NP. They're going to find another duel, I would imagine. They are saving it. They thought about saving it for a moment. Emmets is like, just kill him. So they will bring down Demon. He's a target they would like to grab, but instead it looks like he might get away. Firo blinking towards the Shalving. Trying to find Fata. Fuels? Oh man, he's a half-second too late for MSS. Cannot find it. Instead, we'll Shadow Blade up near top lane. Envy getting auto-attacked by Moo. Now, I don't think he's there. Scaled up as well. Ice Path to follow. They need to leave. Get out, Swindles, for the love of God.
I mean, that's one of those, go ahead and ult me, bros. I got Blade Mail. I got a stat item on the defense.
Yeah, he's fine. He has a full mail now, too.
Yeah, I mean, when you think, it is entirely possible that if he Blade Mails and turns on Mjolnir, Benno and Jakiro can use their full complement of spells on him and both die.
Yep. Good fight, to say the least. Meanwhile, though, Firo doing a good job creep cutting, as there's no creeps really in mid or in top lane now. Yep. And that's what it's come down to. You have a 21k net worth deficit, you got to do something. However, it looks like there's going to be a duel on the move. There it is. Does he have the damage?
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get the kill. Poison Nova does get off the time. Maybe they'll get it. Finally, the auto attack will be there. MS is going to get graved up. Overwhelming odds on the attack. He's going to go for the TP. Now the Stone Gates to cover the retreat. He will make it out, and the Stone Gates hits perfectly onto 2. Freezes them in place. A triple kill for Envy. Laguna comes out. He gets the Ultra. Can he get the Rampage? Give it to him. Give him the Rampage. One more auto attack. The LSA hits. And they will. There it is. The Envy Rampage as the game ends. Envy will take it over Complexity pretty handily.
Yeah, I feel like there are 2 teams across all these qualifiers that took the names off all the teams and watch the replays. There are 2 teams who say those 2 belong in TI, and they're secret.
Yep.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Aim without consequence.
Pero por el momento, la escuadra de SG remontando un marcador que no estaba a favor completamente de Infamous, pero al menos el oro y la experiencia estaba hace un momento a la escuadra peruana. Vamos a eso, bueno, para reiterar esto, vamos a apoyarnos un poco en lo que vendría a ser la gráfica de oro y experiencia, y ahí está.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What is this nature you speak of?
A soldier's fortune.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Sand King.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Are into our second ban phase. What is this
Reserve
necroman now?
time.
Who plays this?
I've seen it. But a lot of teams don't want to play against.
Dire team ban.
I think that's fair.
I think like I've heard whispers that like a lot of teams are.
As a Night Stalker to try and run into a Necro.
10
that's for
seconds
sure.
remaining.
With Ghost Shroud now, you always need those last 2 or 3 right clicks to kill
5
off a Necro,
seconds
and early
remaining.
on you're not going to have Crippling Fear.
The changes to Necro were much needed. He was
Reserve
not
time.
anywhere near useful with his previous build, but with now Ghost Shroud and the way that Sadis works and all that stuff,
Radiant
the
team
hero is
ban.
much better now. It's still not getting picked, which is the unfortunate thing. I want to see the hero in the meta. He's like the one
Dire
hero that has
team
not
pick.
been somewhere in the meta besides like techies, I guess. Can't think of many other heroes.
Well, they
that are
also
just,
took
like,
the reason that a long time ago he was even prevalent was the delete button, right? And they removed the delete button
10
from the game, so they
seconds
had to give him
remaining.
something. I think he's in a decent place, but yeah,
5
probably just
seconds
underneath
remaining.
the strongest tier of heroes.
Necro? I'm just.
Reserve
I'm not
time.
convinced. I feel like there are a few teams that have had success with image trims
Radiant
and other
team
teams
pick.
don't
Super
play this.
situational.
So this is super important that you come back with
Razor.
a little bit of a mix-up pick here, because now
Dire team
they don't know whether that's a mid or an off-lane puck, and so they're having to pick the Razor here. Just super important that red lanes are still open. The counter pick potential on the other side is so much.
But you can shadow the puck with this Razor, right? I guess they don't have last pick.
10
though.
I actually think you can.
remaining.
I think you can Drow here. It's red.
Oh.
5 seconds remaining.
I would worry a little bit if picking it fourth when the other team has their fourth
Reserve
to
time.
go, but I feel like Drow plays EG used Drow against Razor lineups a couple times at Epicenter. In fact, they ran Tuck Lena Drow tricores, and it was like who's Razor gonna link, but they're gonna go with the Jug. A little more susceptible to the static link, but good hero.
Ah, this is classic. Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He's very good on that hero. He likes it a lot. If he will play
10
it.
seconds remaining.
Question mark.
Gives them a building hitter too.
What are you guys
5
thinking?
seconds
Hot
remaining.
down here? It's starting to get a little warm.
Shannon, I think that seat might be a little hotter than these two. Shannon was saying he was hot last night.
I am starting to sweat. And that's never a good sign.
See, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay over here. I got my
It's just you, what?
Just me.
I got my
You're
EG.
hot.
I'm just a hot guy.
You are.
Yep.
Damn, dude. It's the nips.
That's what they tell me.
Shave the nips before the hub.
That's right. That's on the official patch notes, folks. Check it out at hub.moonduck.tv for all of your patch notes needs. Moonduck.
I tell you what, though, I
Templar
still
Assassin.
am not. Yeah, I'm not.
Dire
I'm
team
not feeling
back.
the Jug pick. I think you left a lot on the table when you did that.
What do you mean?
Jug is both super susceptible to. Again, this is the value of having second pick, second phase. That's why
10
first pick
seconds
overall
remaining.
is more valuable, I feel, right now for second pick in the second phase than it is
5
for
seconds
first pick in the
remaining.
first phase. Because now you've had the Razor who can sustain in lane against
Reserve
the sort of
time.
counter pick. And between the TA and the Razor, Jug's actually countered fairly hard. Because TA can just blink in and blow up the Jug.
Yeah.
And Razor can link the Jug.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
TA is just great overall.
Yeah. I'm a fan of TA.
Because I was more thinking along the lines of your lifestealers, your Ursas, your physical burst, essentially Sven. But TA solves that issue and is good against the rest of the
The
lineup.
play,
Radiant
if
team
you
back.
have it in your pool, which I don't think you do, but the play, if you have it in your pool for red, is to come back with Mid-Jakiro.
That would be interesting.
And you just dump all over
like
there,
there's-
or even Mid-Veno. Like you just
10
Venom's banned,
seconds
unfortunately.
remaining.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
yeah, but Mid-Jakiro is the play for
5
red.
There's
If
got to be
you've got it in
another
your
hero
arsenal.
besides that works that's good against countering TA.
The thing that not enough people talk about with
Reserve
pro drafting
time.
is like, and I, to be fair, I had zero appreciation of this before working with. Hours of scrims and practice that you have to work in different heroes into your pool.
The
And so you-
matchup can be great, but if you can't play it at a pro level.
Exactly. You get into these situations where you're like, oh, I know the pick here. Oh, we don't play that. Like, and when you're talking about a game, like when you're talking about games where, like, first overall pick out of group stage goes to TI, you're in. It's not a wild card,
Yeah.
not more playoff phase. You're in the main field, and so it's, you know, you're not gonna just play heroes that you haven't scrimmed with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be about confidence for sure and comfort, and that's what we're looking for our last picks. Whether it's going to be off lane or mid for red,
Radiant
whether for
team
get
pick.
schedule. Yeah, okay.
That's a
The
really
IX my classic
Dire
as it were.
team pick.
That's a really good pick because it also takes away the Bat Rider. That's the other big TA counter.
That would have been very good actually. Before the event.
No Viper. There we go. I can't believe
I was
that.
gonna say it actually.
Were you? Oh, I was kind of baiting that for you one, but
Well, now I know who I'm rooting for now.
I'm going to default back to red because I feel like they're the better team.
Mhm.
But you know,
Yeah.
this draft by guess is actually pretty sick.
I just like the opening from red. I like the nice soccer Sam combination. I like the
10
fact that they go for a
seconds remaining.
pick for Ziz on the jug. I also love Viper,
5 seconds
as many
remaining.
people know. So I'm
Weirdo.
also going for red.
What's wrong with
Or
me?
I am going for red.
I think that the big thing is going to here. Big thing here is going to be how guests deal with the the potential TA Viper matchup, whether you dodge that matchup and try and get TA in like a 1v1 versus Puck, which certainly isn't favorable for the TA, but
better.
I don't know. I talked
not
to
catastrophic.
I talked to Jenkins about it, and he said that he thought the Viper TA match wasn't as terrible as you might consider.
Like how terrible we talk.
I mean, it's not like a Venno TA match, which is
okay.
fair.
All right. That I believe. That I definitely believe.
Do me a favor, either Sevi or Nahaz, and flip that open, and then there's another one on the further over there.
Got it.
Over to there's one over there if you can get it.
This one is going to be a big difference by itself, though.
I agree, but I want the entire basement cool.
Okay.
If you guys don't like it, well, I'm sorry.
All right.
You're
working it over there. I'm willing to.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is the important thing.
So
Team with
we
the
gotta
most
see the
kills
lanes.
at Game Ed.
Oh, okay.
Prepare for
Well, let's do red.
Red.
I think they're
'cause
probably
they-
going to win.
Yeah, red. Players with the highest net worth by 10 minutes. I would say
Probably
Ziz. Player with the highest total magic or pure damage done heroes by 25 minutes. Viper.
Viper, Puck, and Viper since he's.
Last player to be killed would be
That's a hard
Puck,
one.
TA, maybe.
No,
die
awfully
early.
Puck's going to die.
TA.
TA's going to die. We have 51 seconds.
Razor?
Razor's probably going to die.
Abaddon.
Baden will die early. though.
Abaddon's going to die early.
Everybody's going to die, guys. Just pick one.
Let's
gonna
just
die, I'm gonna
go
die, we're all gonna die.
with Viper
I like it.
because it's Mont. Yeah, there you
All right, this is the one where we get 4 out of 4.
30 seconds to
So we're going to
battle.
get into the game.
That was a
again.
neat bug. Did you see that? Before you clicked on a hero, Medusa's
go. Now,
trick
if
still there.
Oh, really?
when you with that prediction for last player to die, if we have a game like last one, multiple players finishing with 0 deaths, do you
You're
get
still
it?
correct. We got it
Okay.
last time.
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Well, we're gonna find
You're
out.
actually good.
Probably.
I love it.
All right, let's see what's going to happen next. We have the aggressive play coming in from WWD and Woo. They're going to check things out. Newsham is going to get tough meets and static as they get the rune, and he'll steal 21 damage and head on out of there. So it is a dual lane top, it looks like.
And 3 out of 4 bounties to the Radiant.
That's pretty good. But now they have to deal with a Viper mid.
Oh,
but
and
he
misses his
missed his
block.
block, which is really bad, even
yeah.
as a Viper. It's very, very bad. So, Monkey's in some trouble early on. See for you can't take advantage of this. He went for side blades at level 1, of course, no refraction. Here comes the courier, but so too is Tralf running in. He's got the burrow strike ready. He will pop it. Do some harass here. I think he's just going to stay in and try to harass as much as possible. Monkeys went for the level 1 corrosive skin, which I'm not thrilled about, but it's fine, I guess.
He'll solve up.
All right. Let's keep our eyes peeled. So yeah, it's going to be a dual lane mid for now, looks like, for Guess. We'll see how long Tralf stays here, but this is the 1-1
What's
matchup.
with this
bottom.
Baden Puck stuff?
Puck crush,
The
right?
classic. When I think of matchups, I think of that and Puck in the off lane.
Yeah, but that was, again, what we talked about, that was how Gessner chooses to address that mid lane matchup. They're going to keep the mid to support the TA, at least early on.
God, this land is
Oh, no, they're
obnoxious.
not.
It is.
No.
They are rotating a dual lane top. They have the Rubik back at base now, keeping it is now an aggro trial lane, which I think is pretty good because they have a Razor.
I'm sure that was a call from the TA saying, all right, thanks, it's good enough.
I mean, he's already said last
He forced him to use a lot of his
three
regen
for
early.
the Viper right now.
I guess
Yeah,
he
but
didn't actually
everybody's
sell.
everybody's ferrying out multiple salts now anyway. It's not.
Right.
It's not lane.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not what it used to be.
All right. So, yeah, we'll see how much pressure they apply. There's a couple wards placed. There's a ward in lane for the Dire. There's one over here towards the camp for whether or
I'll
not
take over.
stacks off, holds. But again, this mid lane match is going to be interesting. It's going to be, you see if Monkey can't catch back up as he gets more levels in his inner toxin or whatever he goes for. He's doing a lot of harassment like
Yeah,
this.
he's concentrating on taking harassment.
But we'll see. Newsham and
4
Fox,
goals from that illusion. Man,
they're
game
rich. They wanted a rotation. They are not successful in getting it. However, Franz is still trying. I have frostbite, but I'm very slow.
Swift as the wolves of Ice Track.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're real
boy.
swift, huh? Look at me. Look at my 275 movement speed.
Yeah.
Yay.
Boy,
I'm
you
going to go
gotta-
jungle.
They have managed that mid lane remarkably well.
Yep. They've done a pretty good job.
Early game is going swimmingly for our X-Mike squad.
Yep, they're doing well in CS. They're 2 last hits for Ziz? My God, that is much worse than I thought it was.
That's a you've had a Razor semi-trial lane against you. Like,
Nushim, I don't know if you want to fight into an 84 plus damage Razor.
That's why I really questioned that 4th pick Juggernaut coming out of red after the Razor.
Well, it's not working out right now. We'll see if it will later. Looks like they're running in. The telekinesis will follow up. They've already used static link. The damage is about to fall off. The void will be there. Ziz realizes this is damage is back. Not that they can do anything. They have a freaking steam with level 1 frostbite and void blade fury. So static link comes out. That kind of just pushes them back immediately.
Look at how well the Abaddon is doing in 1v1 against Buck.
I mean, this is a Mike lane or a Mike hero I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like IX Mike Abaddon is.
Mike has probably
good.
played Abaddon 1v1 in every hero matchup conceivable in pub games. So
yeah, I would say so. He probably. What it is? Yes, you should check because I don't know. You might have. Yeah, you need to check it.
Yep.
No. This is day 1.
This is day 1 of NA. Yeah.
Oh,
maybe it's this one. Wait, is it?
This sustains, gold remains.
We would be in the game that she needed to cast because we're on.
To you, my loyalty.
Didn't they have it last time that?
I have no idea what's going on.
They should put the game names next to the That would make it a lot easier, wouldn't it? Well, Kevin.
Valve's not about making things easy for us, guys. Sorry.
Oh, the flames. Yeah, we could have definitely made it easier for ourselves, but that's okay. Welcome, Kevin.
Yeah.
We are into red versus guess. And, yeah.
Alright, so the Viper has come back and is basically easy now in the lane against the TA despite the early presence of Sand King, which is...
This still has 4 last hits. This might be one of the worst starts I've seen on the Jug in a long time.
And that really, that was the biggest issue that we had with Red's draft, kind of bringing Purge into the conversation here. They 4th picked Juggernaut after Guess had already 3rd picked Razor, and to me that leaves you really open to the Jug having a horrible lane.
For the temple.
They picked, so Guess picked TA 4th after they saw the Jug.
Oh my.
Yeah, Night Stalker GM is talking
They actually just fought top and I stalled it. That's alright. Ziz got a kill. They actually killed 2. They killed both the Razor as well as the Ruby. They got the kill mid, but it was actually first blood, which goes for Ziz, so lane salvage, kind of.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't give him that much.
Dyer's
Still
middle
has the same CM as his
I mean, you know, as a percentage, like, when you got 4 last hits on a Jug at 7 minutes and you get first blood, feels good, man.
They are top 3 net worth currently for Ryu, WWD, as well as Mike, which is to be expected based off of how this game has gone. It's not looking great for Red, but again, things can change, especially if this Viper could find some more farm. Ooh, that is the H.
Yeah, that's, you needed that. You need to make something else happen with the SNS. And because of the creep movement that TA is nearby, and what the
Later. Yeah. He backs up.
Especially not by the shrine, but yeah. And this means this movement is not going to work out for Nation.
Now, he's already heading back up top. At least he was able to get around that pretty quickly. Mike has finally rotated out of this lane, lane bottom, actually, so they want to get more farm. WWD went down.
They're going to gank. They're ganking.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, he needs to die here. Oh, can he skill it up? Yeah, he sure can.
right time to just kill that.
He's fine either way. He probably didn't even need it.
No, I think he did. Night Sucker had mana for another bullet.
He's got a time build the shield, I think, for the, no matter what.
He made it out. I should probably turn it up pretty.
Yeah, probably. Just put the headset on. Put the headset on.
I should do that. Can you plug it in for me, Naz?
Is it not plugged in?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, say something.
Test, hello, hello, this is my regular talking.
Alright, you're good.
I can't send tweets on here.
Now it does. Yeah. Wi-Fi probably not. I'm so happy we turned the AC on. Thank God. It was getting hot.
Must be something about that seat. Because Shannon was saying he was really happy.
Probably. I mean, the seat's probably not the most. It's not that good.
Anyone know what the Wi-Fi password is?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's you.
That sounds inefficient. Why don't you just take my fucking telephone?
How about I tell you when I mute myself? All right, they just get a kill onto Trout. They come in pretty well, trying to turn it around as well onto WWG. Chasing still behind enemy lines to Nushim, rather he's getting chased behind enemy lines. Cursiver slowing him down, being a bit of a nuisance. TA deciding not to chase him. He is not making it out because, well, Moose is stuck up fast and free. So instead he has to juke back up to the north towards this well, Trout was already CP'd in. Here. So I think it was 2-1, I believe. Not sure. Right over there.
Yeah, and suddenly Red is right back in this game. Like, Jug with the first blood, up to almost 30 last hits now. Still behind, but...
Can we check net worth?
Yes, we sure can.
Yeah. So that's probably the better way to... No, not that check. Get rid of that. I want to see his individual. So he's like middle of the pack. I mean, he's only like 300, 400 gold behind the Razor. So and Jug can catch up decently just because of his active skills. Like, they're actually good for ganking. And ganking is the best way to catch up if you're behind. So I think he'll be okay here. As long as he didn't die too much, he's fine. And he didn't.
Yeah, the thing is just it's a severe lack of CS, but he will get there. In the meantime, this Viper pick has not really done as much as I would have liked him to as a personal. But although he is second in net worth somehow, he doesn't have a full kill. I think he has something on the courier.
Well, he did. Right. I mean, after the Sand King left the lane initially, he's sort of steadily been climbing back in there.
Yeah.
But it hurt them then that he died.
You actually has a significant amount of net worth on this freaking TA.
Yeah,
he's going Blake first too.
Yeah, that was the combination of getting off the road and having a kill on the Viper.
Rogue strike out. Trell, he won't make it away.
I still think Red's in a decent spot. I don't think it's panic time for them by any means. You really don't want to die here.
Viper Strike's going to help that. But here's the telekinesis. They might get Monkey for a bigger kill. Burrow Strike only hits on one. Dream Coil to turn around. They get off the borrowed 10 leads for Ice Mike. Not that much damage coming out. Jenkins had a good Dream Coil, but there's just not enough there. Now they're turning the Ice Mike. His borrowed time already done the Omni Slash. Ziz with the great rotation and to turn it around. And yes, it's only one kill, but it's big. Everybody from Red surviving and left you away at pretty low HP.
Yeah, and if that had gone against them, I was ready to really question with them committing to a fight at 11 minutes with the Night Stalker. But the kind of other side of that coin is if you're going to commit to a fight at that point with a Night Stalker, you got to be willing to hard commit, bring all 5, and they did. So, or at least 4 out of 5.
I mean, they weren't even trying to take a fight either. They were like kind of fishing for stuff.
Yep.
And it ended up being something that happened.
Yeah, but you got to be willing to bring it.
Trouble. No matter how much damage he deals, I think. Oh my God, he's actually gonna get 1 kill out of this. Maybe 2 if he can get Jenkins. Jenkins phase shifts a little bit too late. It would have been too late if he actually got the auto attack off. But it's going to be 1-for-1 trade, and probably should have been 1 for nothing.
And there I do. This is something that Newbie and a couple other teams have showed that with the Night Stalker on your team, you can fight a little bit ahead of the second nighttime because the other team is anticipating that second nighttime and feels safe until it hits. But I think that was a little bit over-aggressive there.
I think they just needed to, when the static link came out, he needed to jaunt to his orb, I think, just to break the static link earlier, even if it limited some of his damage. Because then the Viper, or the Razor wouldn't be able to just 2-3 shot. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. I'm faster than you. Thank you for that. See you later. Just runs away. Mike in and out of dodge. Smoke coming out from Guess. They will move towards the top part of the map. Not heading into Roshan. A ward was not spotting them. They walked by one, but they were not smoking on a ward, so I believe Zizzy is probably in some trouble here.
Yeah, that Radiant Ward has spotted the Night Stalker, so they know where he is on the map, and they're going to smoke rotate away from that, try and get a kill.
Will they start out with the burrow or the Selkie?
They can't kill him through.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty safe for him. Like, there's no disables that go through BKB this game, so if he's feeling scared, that like he could have just TP'd out, but I think he definitely chose to go for the spin TP as well, just because if they do rotate and the creep wave is still alive, then that tower dies faster. Now they have to wait 30 more seconds for the creep wave to get there, and then start pressuring the tower. So that actually just gave this game so much space, turned it into a push that's good for them and not their opponent.
I think it might. Yeah, they probably don't have enough damage.
Want to force out borrowed time. That is now down. So can you back up now if you're Guess? Well, it looks like they're going in. Static on the string well to go. 49 damage total, not that much. A lot of damage on these sides through the Blade Fury. The epicenter coming in, but it's on the Magic Immune Jug. Now the Broke Strike on the 2. They're trying to fight this. Monkey's trying to lead. Nuchem, no Void available. Viper Strike comes back out. That will be on the TA. He also has at least the Aphotic Shield. So again, another 1-for-0 fight. No tower taken. They're looking to try to find a Burrow Strike on the Monkeys after the side trap went. Monkeys is fine. They're all shrining up. Good to go.
That was a perfect aphotic shield, like the exact time the Frostbite hit. Stopped all the damage sources except for the Viper ultimate, and then TA was completely fine.
And they really needed that. Like that, they could have been in a great deal of trouble in that fight without really good execution. That's a great point by Ferg, because I thought that when they first started that fight, I thought that fight could have really gone against Guess.
And good position by Nuchem as well. Or Jenkins, sorry. To prep for anybody that goes to defend. And they're just doing a good job, like engaging, disengaging, and going back again.
Yeah, the zoning orb there toward the end of the fight, because I felt like Guess was really tempted to go for an extra kill. I thought he had that orb out just in case they were going to go forward, ready to reinitiate.
All right. Defending now. Let's see. There's 2 up here, but everybody rotating up from red. Well, mostly. There's 2 bottom pushing in, and I don't. They saw Ralph maybe. They have one available on the TA. Burrow Strike's gonna go in there, try to play on the Viper. Static on 3 balls there. Viper Strike. They'll go for the TP. Should be fine as well. Monkeys will make it out absolutely. Can they find anybody out of this? The TA would be great. There's the Frostbite. Waiting Rift is there as well. Taunting in. Wu now trying to turn this around. Great telekinesis will find Jenkins and save the life of the TA. So Wu Dota getting that steal on the orb is pretty good.
It was still a difficult ability to kill. The only reason Puck stayed around was just because the TA got kind of low. He probably should have escaped. That's been a lot safer.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I thought it was a bad idea for them to initiate there, because I didn't think they'd get the kill back a lot. But what?
Just killed rather front. Just got killed by.
My guess is he went over to put a ward down. That way, once his opponents take the tower, they can kind of see where they're going. He wasn't expecting TA to be over there. Probably something like that.
Or the bounty. Probably not. It was way too early.
So Darkness Pop extends the second nighttime a
Dire's
little
top
bit.
tower is under
I don't
attack.
think anything's going to happen. That's a fairly successful second nighttime for Guess.
I think that Team Red's still in a really good spot, though. If you look at the net worths in the upper left, like TA's obviously in a really good spot, but Jug is now second net worth despite having the rough laning stage. You've got a Viper and a Puck up there too, and the raiding team is like Razor can kind of carry a little bit late game, but it's not the same as TA.
He is no TP. On cooldown for 40 seconds. Yeah, that's a hasted Viper. He is getting shredded.
Okay, well, I was gonna dispute. I felt like Red would have been slightly disappointed with that second nighttime overall until that Razor. That's not 2 kills on the Razor. One of the third game, the second nighttime, one.
That's one of the downsides to doing like for Razor is that he's straightforward to gank if you have enough damage, and Viper makes that so easy. You just use nukes to get his HP down to like 40%, and then Nether Toxin just kicks through, and he leveled that up first, which in a lot of cases is a really good build to do.
You like that? Okay.
It depends on the matchups, but in this game, it's pretty good.
I feel like that build is really, I mean in pubs anyway, I feel like that build
Radiant's
is like
top tower is under attack.
For the reasons that you described.
Yeah, but look at his lineup, like it's all burst damage from everybody, and that's exactly what we need to get him low, and then allow himself to use it for, he's called again. Another Toxin to do bonus damage. And it makes up for his lack of items as well. He just buys tanky items, but he still does a lot of damage, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm into going for the Dragonlance more. That we saw. Who was that? It was literally just like a last game or 2 games ago where they picked up the Hood Defiance first, which I guess was fine, but
works situationally.
It did not work in that game. He got nuked the hell out of him, destroyed.
I think it's good this game because the extra range is good against like TA and team fights, and Razor as well. He can help control them a bit better, even if only 2 poison attack, and just the stuff we said before, the super raw HP, get tanky with more passive, and now he's not really losing anything by not getting a lot of poison attack.
I still think the only kind of counterpoint to that is with Deso on TA, I actually do feel like you're vulnerable to getting blown out.
But what item do you get to solve that?
I feel like with a little bit, with the little bit extra in poison attack, you might threaten TA a little bit more.
I think you just hurricane bite and just try to cut him around or something.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And as well, just even corrosive is decent at dealing with TA. Just all the attacks and destruction will happen. There's like too many stuns on guess, I think, for poison attack keeping you alive to be a factor.
That's all right. So that's the answer. But now that TA has 8,
pretty spectacular. All right, so now he's going Earth.
Nice, nice. They can kill it. They could kill it.
Fraction's still up for the moment. Now the Viper's Spectre come out.
Oh, he had more poison attack.
That's not
don't you Viper's check right off the bat there?
She was kind of far away. I mean, I don't know if you wanted to commit to it, maybe, because once she gets refraction off, it was kind of hard. I feel like Night Stalker maybe should have silenced first. I don't know why he nuked first.
So while it's happening, this is happening, right?
I
full tier 3 tower, probably.
I feel like if we went back to the replay, that would have killed.
Probably, yeah.
Waning Rift coming out. Now Self gonna get a body hit. There's the Omni Slash right into
farming
wave. Yes.
Farming out.
Yes. Haha. Now TP home. Franz probably not.
Yeah.
Poor Franz has died like as collateral in every single one of these engagements. Like he'll kill WWD and then die until like the last tick of the Ivy field or something.
And that's already the second round.
That's fine. That's a really good one.
He's gonna get mansion.
He just wasn't expecting the Apodic Shield. He was expecting the sound still be there as well.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, it's weird. You gotta, like, you're playing against an Ice Mike team, you gotta expect to be a bad one, and it feels like they've been caught off guard by the Apodic in a couple of these fights.
All right, Nushim will have an Ags. I don't want to say soon, but inevitably.
God, the Sierra. Love the Sierra.
Night Stalker Ags will make this game a whole lot more interesting for Red. It's still very even, though. I mean, like, if you look at the graph, which we don't really need to because we have a tick on the top of the damn thing. 2,000 net worth advantage for guests, and the experience is really...
It's weird, though.
Oh, my
God. Where's the betting pop-up?
Oh, yeah, we're on.
We don't have it for this game.
Oh.
I had...
Dire's middle tower.
However, they will get another kill onto Franz and the tier 1 tower to follow up with it, and that's all of a sudden pretty good for Guess.
Yeah, and they're doing this during the
Razor is in trouble. Static Link monkeys will walk away. They need a void. They don't have one.
Razor learned something from his opponents, just TP. Mock.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures.
You struggled through this last night,
that was, guys.
Yeah, look at that value on Guess, and that probably a couple minutes ago. You know, bet $1 to make 225. That would have been even bigger a couple minutes ago.
Come on, get the hell out of there, buddy. You don't want to be on the front line. Frostbite will go. Mike says, good for our time, still ready. Boyle by the Ryu coming in, doing small attack. Those BH working on Jug. About to go down. Freezing field, the spin is there in time. And that freezing field is enough to push them back and keep the Jug alive. The classic I will steal from Viper and get the only ability he's ever able to catch in the Viper Strike. And he will use it, in fact, on the Night Stalker, who's caught out of position, trying to come inside or ward or something.
That was a huge mistake by Nushin. I mean, I guess they can't continue the push, but that was so close to Guess getting a Rax there. If they kill the Jug, force a buyback, maybe get one more to pick, that would have been terrible territory for them.
And just look how squishy with early Deso on TA. Look how squishy Jug feels in these fights.
He needs his Manta, among other things.
And level 15 will help too, plus 7 armor there.
Sure.
That'll change a lot.
I don't know nearly enough to tell
Well, I can look at that.
TA is also getting kind of ridiculously out of control in terms of farm. Just basically because of Red's lack of acceleration.
Disadvantage. Like she's on her way. I really do like the way that they've. I like the individual TA play, but I also like the way that they've managed the team in this game. I felt like she could have been in
Radiant's
trouble in lane.
top tower is
She
under
could have
attack.
used some depth fights. Like they played very well around her.
They found Nushim again. That looks like we'll do some significant damage, but it's okay. And they won't try to reinitiate or wrap around or anything. However, that is a huge telekinesis, but he gets forced down to the low ground, or rather forces himself. Dream Coil onto 2. They get the frostbite off. Rubik is dead. Burst Strike coming out. Ziz now has to play Fury and Spin. You'll see come through. That'll be on Jenkins. Not much mana left. Viper Strike to go through. He does have an Aegis. Gets the Omni Slash off in time. The Epicenter coming in from Trout. The Burrow Strike. It'll be on to 3. Can they turn this around? They can't even get the Aegis. Finally, they will take it down. Jenkins is able to blink away, but they have lost Ziz. It's a 2-for-1. 2 for 2 if you include the Aegis, of course.
But it's the jug, right? That's the kill that they need to be able to get to sustain a push.
Got the Omni Slash off at least, but
Yeah, it was a pretty good Omni, but again, they're too behind at this point.
I still think they can win fights. They just have to have a good engagement, and that engagement wasn't so good. It was basically like Viper gets gone on, has to use Force to escape, then Puck goes in, which means their team needs to go in because Puck went in. Made everything a lot harder.
So what's the idea sequence for them? Because they're fighting at nighttime there, and they're still not getting great engagements.
That was like
how do you go in?
That was such a bad place to fight. Like they're fighting up a cliff basically in an area that has a hard to approach ramp. Like maybe they can TP behind on shrines, but it should be like Puck initiating, Dream Calling a bunch of heroes, then they go in while Night Stalker like silences Sand King or something like that.
No, that's okay. So that's what I kind of thought. That's the one thing that we haven't seen from the Jenkins Puck in this game. We thought he did a really good job zoning in the one fight, but he hasn't necessarily had the really big initiation, and that's what I feel like they need.
That one was a little forced, and you can't if you have to use a defensive item to get out at the start of the fight, and it's difficult for you to re-engage afterwards, then your fights aren't going to go well. And I think it's smart that they're going to go take the fight right away. They need to start getting some kills.
I think in the back of time, Radiant Scam won't be there, or at least like it looks like it won't.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, they need to
just barely. They know.
Get the hell out of there. Mike is still saying Nucci's going to get down the sound. They get the winning rip beautifully onto Wu. Poison attack should shred him enough. They'll get off the Dream Coil as well, but it's onto 1. It's on Pancake. And they still only lose Bronze and can't get anything else. Wu will finally get dropped down, but at this point, Monkeys gets absolutely crushed. As guess what? The TA had a haze through. Now Ziz is going to get chased down. Nushim as well, force forward. WWD slapping him away. They'll drop him down, and now they'll turn their attention to Nushim. They can't find the side trap in time. Can they get inside the trees is the question. They can drop another one here in a moment. They found him. He should fall plasma field to get further vision. That's the gem on the deck. Things couldn't get worse. They just did.
Now, there's a reason I pressed on that. I thought that was going to. I thought the puck point was going to be super relevant to the side there. The one-man Dream Coil was really. I don't know if they cleanly win the fight even with a great initiation from the puck, but the one-man Dream Coil.
It was more, I think, the way that the initiative with Night Stalker, like, he kind of scouted with the flying thing, but I think he should have aimed for more where the backline would have been. He used both nukes on the Abaddon, and instead, if that went on the Rubik, or if you silence Abaddon and nuke the Rubik, maybe kill the Rubik, and then they got static link on the Viper, and at that point, Red loses the fight, because Viper has to kind of stay alive and continue doing damage. Because if Viper's out of damage, he can maybe slow and prevent TA from blinking and being as effective, but like, everything just went bad. The initiation was not ideal. That felt a little bit like they were just hoping that they'd have a good engagement.
And the scan maybe helped a little bit for guys.
Because you saw the scan, the Abaddon stayed by the tower, but the TA was able to hide in the trees, the Rubik backed up, and that spaced them out so that knowing that the scan was coming spaced them out so that they weren't going to be vulnerable to the puck behind the Night Stalker.
And he's even got Lotus Orb, so silencing the Abaddon wouldn't work either. It's really difficult to fight for Red to take it.
Alright, we'll see if they chase. It looks like now. Like, do you notice we're wearing the same exact shirt today?
Oh yeah. Like, as a whole, they split push pretty well. Red did in the last, like, 10 minutes. I mean, they split push pretty well the last, like, 10 minutes or so, but they've just been getting out-farmed while doing that, and they haven't found enough kills themselves.
And that's what this, that's not what this lineup is supposed to be doing. And split push control is fine, but when you're playing with a Night Stalker on the side, you want to be threatening the enemy team. They need to be feeling pressure during that time. I guess it's not just feeling pressure at all.
I'm supposed to be a little.
But they needed that Ags like to go to, like especially in the last fight if they have Ags. Yeah, they can take that fight. They know where the heroes are. They can initiate.
Alright, this is where the game gets extraordinarily difficult. If you're Cheese on your Razor, you've Aegis on your Big TA, who's, I mean, pretty much carrying this game for you. You could 1v5 almost, probably be fine. That's obviously some hyperbole, but still at this point, he's 18,000 at 14. He's 8,000 ahead of the Viper. And they're about to lose another tier 3 tower.
This is a 18K network.
That is not the place to be.
Yep, like to call GG, but
it definitely doesn't feel great for Red. But maybe they can have some beautiful high ground defense. Not looking great though.
Click on Heroes mod, please. Yes. Never scratch your head again.
I'm scratching my head. Leave me alone. All right, they're going to find Newsham getting caught. Dreamfall, that'll be under 3. Franz is dead. Looks like Jenkins is going to have to back up. Newsham's going to get dropped as well as WWD has stolen what? No damage, actually. Surprisingly enough, not that he needs it. Jenkins will flank in. He'll go for the win grip. Dreamfall has already been used, as previously said. And GG. So, pretty rough. Yeah. Red looking like the open qualifier team in this game, I guess.
I mean, I think, but I actually think these guest players are pretty good. I call them an open qualifier team. I think this